Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna do a quick review on the US stock market and a couple stocks that some member asked me to review it. So as you see, based on the Moody downgrade on the US debt credit, and now the future is about -7%, so it's around 1%, so it's not as big as everybody anticipate. So we don't know what's going to be for tomorrow. So let's do a quick dive in at the charts. So let's start with S&P 500. All right, so S&P 500 for the past week is broke over out of the midterm resistance all the way up to 59.58. All right, so right now you can see that the static is overbought. It's like 97, 98, and RSI is also run up pretty high, and you can see that it can be overbought for a long period of time, even though here you can see it's been overbought for the past couple weeks, almost 3 weeks now, or 2.5, and we're still at the overbought condition, and it's still going up. But that also means that it's ready to roll over. So this was the trend line before it broke out. Now we draw new trend line. So we take this out. Okay. All right. So when you look at this current trend line and channel, it's been going up, but look like it's kind of top of the range. And now it looked like it right at the next resistance here. Let's make it purple. All right, so look like there would be a pullback, most likely. And where? Most likely back to this orange line to test. So we are looking at around 250 points, so about 4%. So here it's gonna be 5,700 to make it even. that is where I'm expecting S&P to pull back to this coming week. For NASDAQ, the last time we looked, it was around here, right? I expect it to go up and pull back down a little bit more. However, it did not based on those tariff news. It pulled back a little bit and then pulled back up and broke out of the resistance here. So now we kind of like neutralize this trend line. Now we need to start a new one and see, predict where the next move. Okay, so pretty much same as S&P is kind of like near the top right now, and a NASDAQ is actually in better shape. Where with better news, it might challenge the last all-time high of 22,187 if it can reach 2. But most likely, because after it broke out of the resistance, most likely you're going to come back and test it again. So we are looking at 20,800 or 20,700. I'll put 20,700 as the next um, as a target pullback. All right, and then after that, it can go as low if with more selling due to oversold. It can go all the way down to, let's say, 20,200. Okay, so 20,200 as the next target, and then after that, from here, it might come back and go back up here and then go all the way up here. All right, but for now, 20,700 and 20,200 are the next level that it should pull back to. For Dow Jones, okay, so it's let me see the trend line. Okay. All right, for Dow Jones is hit right at the previous high. So this is resistant oversold condition. This is the resistant, both resistant. So I also expect it to come back and test the blue line. And at 41,450. That's the next target. And then after that, it might bounce back up. Or after that, it come back and test the blue line again as 40,000. So we gotta go back here and then either bounce or pull, break down lower. All right. So that is for Dow Jones. Now, I'm gonna based on the request, I'm gonna take a look at RIVN. See how it is. The RIVN after the pullback from the earning, pullback near 12 as my target, and after that it bounced up and broke out of this orange trend line and the current resistance all the way up to 1581. So it kind of bypassed the target I put down as 1520. So take this out, and the next level would be 1650. I can see it might come up a little bit here to 16, but most likely we will see a pullback to about $15 even. And then after that, it might bounce up here to 1650. All right. But if the market pull back a lot more, it will drag everything down, and we might see it come back to about, I would say about 1450 here. And another one would be here at 1368. So make it 1370. So these will be the next level that I'm looking at right now for RIVN. But for this week, pretty sure it will have a pullback. You can see it's overbought from all the way 10 to 1581. Basically, it did like a 50% rise already. So most likely we will see a pullback. Where the next pullback, if I connect this to this, okay, so you can see okay, so now we remove the too many line, right? So let's remove this line. Now, so right now is the current trend for NVIDIA. I mean, RIVN. So we can see it bounce like this. We anticipate a pullback. So it's gonna pull back down to here. So we're talking about around 1450 is most likely because of, where was it? For 1450 will be the next level for RIVN. I expect a pullback because you can see that when it go with the current channel since April 11, when it pull back, we will see it's around here. So about 1450 is the next pullback, and then it might bounce up again. Okay. Oops. So this is for RIVN. Another one that many people were discussing, which is the United Health. So what is going on with United Health? I haven't really looked into this chart. And you can see, look at this. It's came down a lot. From 600 to 249. So we talk about almost 60%. Right? So let's see, check the let's look at the long-term chart. Okay. You can see we got a level right here. Actually, all the way down here. All the way from 2018 of the high. And then cross over here, so it kind of bounce off of here. Okay. And if we look at the even for the weekly, wow, it's almost look like a waterfall, right? And you see the waterfall, most likely you will see a bounce. And if it does, what are the next level that I'm looking at? The first one would be right here at 308. So 308 is the first gap. The next one will be 378. So most likely for United Health, we expect it to pull up at least. Yeah, let me come down here. So it's gonna be 308 right here, right? And then another one up to 336 as the candle here, right? And then another one right here. But of course it doesn't go like this. Most likely, let me zoom in a little bit more. So most likely we'll see it come up like this, right? And it pull back down a little bit like here. and it go up like that, and then it pull back a little bit. Oops. It will pull back from here. Come on. We're gonna pull back, and then it will come up. So it's kind of like zigzag, but just like the past graph for RIVN, a chart for RIVN. It's just up, down, up, pull back, and then pull up again. But the next level would be 308 for United Health. So there you go. For now, we can see that the future is down close to 1%, but I don't see a big pullback. Maybe, yeah, maybe we're gonna see probably Monday, which is tomorrow, maybe 1%, 1.5%, and that's it. I don't see as much for one day, but for the week ahead, most likely we might see S&P pull back down to 5,700 level to basically pull back and test the orange line right here. Because it did a gap, most likely it will come back the gap to test it. And I got this gap right here, this gap right here, and this gap right here. So when we see this gap, they will come back and test it. All gap get filled. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like the video, share, and subscribe. Thanks, and see you tomorrow for the next video on the Magnificent 7. All right, bye-bye.